My experience personally and what I've observed for myself is that Scientology is destructive and a ripoff, and that it's very, very dangerous for your spiritual, psychological, mental, emotional health and evolution. I think it stunts your evolution. And joining the Sea Org is the greatest commitment to that. And it requires the greatest amount of commitment from that individual. You know, there's a different standard for a new public, for a Scientology public, an OT public, and then above that is a Sea Org member. And what's required and expected is far beyond. And so the degree to which you have to be completely devoted, and to me, from my perception, the more devoted you are, the more brainwashed you are. The less you are yourself, the more you are just a Scientologist. You know, when I was saying earlier, you know, you become Jason Beghe the Scientologist. Right? Jason Beghe the Sea Org member would be further gone than Jason Beghe the Scientologist. And I hear about some of these hardcore top execs that are now, these are heavy duties in the Sea Org, 25 years, made it to the top, leaving. I would imagine that the, to use your word, decompression for them could be in danger of the bends. I mean, that's some heavy shit to get that far in. I mean, like, to me right now, I'm just getting an inkling of, like, you take an idea about, you know, one of the big concepts in Scientology is overts, which are sins that you've committed. These are naughty things you've done. These are your peccadillos. These are your big, awful secrets that you would never tell anybody. These are some mistakes you made. They can all add up to overts. I'm beginning to get a concept, and maybe part of the reason why I'm doing this is to try and make up the damage for some of the people I've influenced getting into Scientology, because I feel bad. I feel that was bad. That maybe somebody would look to me and say, hey, he's cool, or you know, he's no fool. Whatever the hell they say. And shit, you know, that makes me feel bad. You know, that Sea Org slideshow, shit, COB told me that it's got a whole bunch of people into the Sea Org. It's working like gangbusters. So you ask me if I fully, really faced that without flinching, it would be a tough pill to swallow. I mean, that's some heavy shit. I mean, if you really, or if I really look at that, I mean, that's taking people's lives away. That's enslaving somebody's mind. And when I was talking about being, you know, the levels of ethics, where somebody doesn't even know they're out ethics, shit, baby, we're talking about people don't even know they're enslaved. That's a hard fucking thing to, I mean, shit, they can create their own reality where they will show up when they're 21 next lifetime and come back. That's fucking feasible. I'm talking about brainwashed. I mean, I don't know how far it goes. But I mean, it ain't a joke. And if Scientology is real, then something's fucked up. Because it ain't delivering what it's promised. That's for goddamn sure. It is not. It says it delivers what it's promised. Where's the fucking clear? You're talking about OTs. Let me meet a motherfucking clear. I would like to meet a fucking clear. I'm clear, right? I'm declared clear as a fucking bell. I went clear twice, as a matter of fact. Okay? So, I mean, you pull out a fucking copy of Dianetics, let's hear the definition of clear. And then they change it a little bit more, and they say no longer has his own reactive mind, his own, so they can sell the OT levels. But what I see now it ain't a joke for me when you start talking about this. This is the bad stuff. I think, from my own experience and from what I've seen, I think the further up you go up the bridge, the worse you get. That's what I see. Some people are happier, but who's happy? I submit to you that it's not them anymore. And I know people that are troubled to death. They've just finished OT8 and they have migraines. Migraines? A fucking clear doesn't have migraines. It's an OT8, for God's sakes. Migraines? Migraines is an engram that you can handle in... I mean, come on. How do they... And they're still fucking gung-ho and head OT ambassadors and all this shit and running around trying to do the job of the OT8s who are really the powerhouses. And so they believe that. And so they're happy because I'm fucking doing something to save the planet. And they're running around doing this stuff, but it's just like that theta trap. It's just one guy's stuck in a theta trap and he's unhappy, another guy's stuck in it and he's happy. Because he's convinced himself and he's just, I mean, it's awful. What's worse? I'd rather be depressed than that. Than oy, oy, oy. It's sad. I mean.
So what would you say to people who are still in?
Well, somebody's still in, listen, you got to make your own move. But it's like this. This is, hopefully this will communicate. Like I said before, I used to smoke. I had my little son, and I never smoked in front of my son. But kids are smart. And he'd find a cigarette, and he'd be going like this. And he couldn't even walk. And I said, I got to fucking quit. And I couldn't quit. I tried to quit a whole bunch of times. I found this thing called the easy way to stop smoking. It worked for me, okay? And it was easy. It was very easy. It's part of the whole smoking thing, according to this thing that worked for me, is that it's not as bad as you think it is, okay? And so for somebody who's in, it's as far gone as I say you are as you go up. It's the difference between waking up and being asleep is the difference between waking up and being asleep. And it's like sometimes when you're asleep, you can still hear the shit that's going around because you're only half asleep. You're not that fucking brainwashed. So I'm here to tell you, this is what I say. Wake up. And you can hear it. There was actually a little process that LRH ran. Some processes are good, okay? And he used to run it, and he says sometimes you can actually cure somebody of insanity, which is what we're talking about. And the command is in tone 40, which means with any possibility of there being the communication not arriving and making the effect intended, is saying to the person, the insane person who's, I'm talking about a fucking, David Berkowitz, and here's the only command, come up to present time. Come up to present time. Because you're not there. And guess what? You are there. So, come on. Hello? Right now. There you are. There you are. That's what I say to that person. There you are. That guy. That guy. That guy right there. Not what you're thinking. Fuck what you're thinking. Hello, right there. There it is. And it's a no-brainer.